Hey everybody, what is going on? So today I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what the Clubhouse app is all about. And I'm going to be sharing with you some top tips, some top suggestions. So if you are going to make the decision to be spending time on this audio only social app, you can be more effective and intentional with your time. So let's go ahead and just get straightly into this. So what I want you guys to know is that Clubhouse, if I'm just being completely honest, at first was super irritating to me. In fact, if I'm telling you the truth right now, it actually still irritates me a little bit. So much so that I have to be just really intentional with my reasoning as a social media strategist as to why I'm there. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about that and why I say that. But here's why I think it's important to share with you this information today about the Clubhouse app. This is an iPhone only, invitation only app as of the time of this recording in May of 2021. But we know that that is about to change and that it is going to become available for Android users, which, by the way, there are way more people on Android than there are on iOS iPhone devices. So that being said, I think that there is a strategic reason to say we should be paying attention about what this app is for, what this app could potentially do for you and your business, and really share with you some of the reasoning behind it. So let's say that January of 2021, there were 2 million users on the app. Well, here we are as of one of the most recent town halls that Clubhouse actually had. They announced in the spring of 2021 that there are now 10 million users on the Clubhouse app. That is a huge growth in a really short window of time. And so that's why today I want to share with you some of these tips. So I want to just kind of go through these in the order that I think that it would be relevant to you have the information, especially if you are newer to using the app. So first of all, you need to be able to get an invitation. You need to be able to get an invite. If that's something that you are interested in and you're listening to this, go ahead and send me an email to heather@sweetteasocialmarketing.com. You'll need to provide me with your phone number and you'll need to be able to confirm that you have the ability. So if it still is only for iPhone users, then you're going to need to confirm that you are an iPhone only person. If by chance they do open this up to Android, send it. I've got extra invites and I would be more than happy to share that and send it with you to you and allow you to be able to get onto the app as long as I still have those invitations available. If I don't, I'll let you know. So assuming that you are on the app, I'm going to kind of just share with you some key things regarding things I believe that are going to help you be smarter with your time on the Clubhouse app. So the first thing I want to share with you is the feature for you to be able to raise your hand. So I want you to think of Clubhouse as being like a 3-tier place. When you're logged onto the app, the top is where you have the people that are, quote, on stage. And some people might refer to that area where the speakers are. Then there is a second tier where if anybody is in the room of the Clubhouse app that you are specifically in, has any type of friend or follower connection with anyone that is on that speaking stage, then you go into that second tier, meaning you are ultimately a friend with at least one person that is up on that stage. And then you have the third section, which is towards the bottom of your phone as you're looking at it. And those would be people that are in the room. They don't have any friend level connection with someone that is on the stage. They're truly just there. They may have connections with other people that are in the room, but not necessarily a friend level within the Clubhouse app to someone that's on the stage. So you have the ability when you go in rooms, if they have that feature turned on, and sometimes they do intentionally turn it off or turn it off at different times, you have 2 ways to be able to get yourself up to the stage. Number one, you click a little button in the bottom right corner that basically is like a hand feature, and that is you like basically just raising your hand. Don't worry, you just touching that button does not instantly make you appear and be on the stage. It basically sends a notification to one of the moderators that is on the main stage to say, hey, this person would like to come up. The other second way for you to be able to get up would be for someone that is on the stage that either sees you and for whatever reason, they want to invite you up to the stage. So they push a button and you would get a notification that says, would you like to basically come to the stage? And you ultimately can say maybe later, or you can say yes. Now, they may have specific guidelines that say, hey, make sure you know these rules, be kind, no spam, blah, blah, blah. And if you click that you accept these rules, you will then immediately, from the moment of you accepting those rules, quote, be on the stage, which immediately leads me to tip number 2, is you want to instantly mute yourself. In the bottom right will be a microphone and you just tap it and then it will have a line going through the microphone, which is your sign that you are muted. Here's why you want to do that. You want to do that because when you do go up to the stage, your microphone is immediately live. It's a hot mic. So in case you have a background, in case there's someone literally mid-sentence that's already on the stage having a conversation, which is very likely, you are going to then be muted and not be a distraction to something that someone else is saying. So let's go ahead and move on to tip number 3, which is if you are at the point of being ready to speak, whether you are called on by the moderator or there is a moment where it makes sense for you to say, hey, I would love an opportunity to add some, add something to this conversation. Is that acceptable? Then I want to encourage you in tip number 3 is to lead with an intro of your name and an identifier as to where you are in the group. So if someone says, hey, Heather, welcome to the stage, go ahead and share with us a little bit about what maybe your question is or what thought you wanted to share with the group. And before you just go straight into your share or straight into your thought, you do want to be succinct and to the point. So I would say something along the lines of, hey, everybody, this is Heather Hyman. I'm on your screen in the bottom left in the speaker area. And I just wanted to share with you X, Y, and Z is what I was thinking today on the particular topic. That just kind of gives those people that are in the room that could possibly be hard of hearing, those people that are maybe having a difficult time knowing whose voice is speaking. That's probably a little bit more of an issue if you go into a Clubhouse room and there are a lot of people on the stage, and there are opportunities sometimes where there's one person up on the stage before you get there, or could be 50 people. And so the only way while actually being in the Clubhouse app that you know that the person is talking is there's a really lightly illuminated grayish black ring that lights up as that one person who kind of is speaking. So if you're kind of just, again, not easily able to see that, it just can make it easier to your point that one, you clearly identify your name so people can see that, but then it kind of allows for them, if they want to easily be able to see where you are visually on their phone, to easily more so be able to do that. Number 4, when you do get invited to the stage, if that's something that you want to contribute, I always like to encourage you with tip number 4 to honestly give a quick thank or a nod of confirmation or affirmation to the person that invited you up. So I might say something like, thank you so much, Beth. I really appreciate that you invited me up to the stage today. And here's kind of what I wanted to share. And that just allows for you to quickly segue into the next thought or why it actually is that you wanted to have a minute to say something. Number 5, add value and ask great questions. So I believe a lot of times people go onto Clubhouse, they try to make it be all about them, or they are ultimately just fishing for leads and they're fishing for business, but they're trying to do it in such a way that it doesn't seem like they are. And at the end of the day, I think through the spoken word, it really can just become easy to ultimately identify what someone's kind of intentions and their motives are. So that being said, I like to just encourage business owners and encourage professionals or just those that want to take advantage of using the Clubhouse app for visibility, for the purposes of what you do. Just make sure you think out through your words what you're saying and add value to the conversation. Don't just look for an opportunity to speak just for the sake of doing so. Number 6, engage with those that you meet in the Clubhouse app out of the Clubhouse app. So what does that mean? One of the greatest and easiest pro tips I can tell you is that when you have a profile and a bio on Clubhouse, currently you have the ability at the very bottom to upload your Instagram account and your Twitter account. If you have both, do both. If you don't, just choose the one that you do have. And that is a great segue for people to be able to follow up with you outside of the Clubhouse app. And so that being said, if there are people that you resonate with, you thought their content was phenomenal, you're really super glad that you had a chance to connect with them, you want to go and see more of what they're doing outside of the Clubhouse space. So make sure that you extend and take that connection from Clubhouse to one of those other outlets, such as Twitter, such as Instagram. And again, if you're going to reach out to them with a DM, or you're going to reach out to them and then go engage with them on their Twitter or Instagram account, I highly encourage you to realize that they may have lots of people that are doing so. So for you to remind them and say, hey, when we were in that room on Clubhouse on Tuesday, speaking on the topic of X, Y, and Z, I really thought the things that you shared were super, super helpful. I'm actually looking forward to applying some of those things in my own business. And again, don't just reach out once. If they write you back, make sure that you ultimately follow up and try your best to keep that to be a nurtured connection that you don't just see as a one and done. All right, let's go ahead and move on to tip number 7, which is follow people smartly. So what do I mean? So regarding the growth aspect, I do believe that Clubhouse has the ability for you to grow and build in your followers in a fairly quick timeline. I know I have spent not loads and loads of time on the app, and I would say I have been able in about 3 months to go from 0 to 885 followers. Now, to some of you, that might seem like terrible, slow growth, but I also would like to just say, keep things in perspective. Look at your Facebook followers, look at your Instagram followers, look at your LinkedIn followers, and say, did you have that amount of growth on those platforms in a 3-month window? If you did or you didn't, that's something for you to evaluate. But at the end of the day, if it's 885 of the right kinds of people, that's a really substantial audience to not take for granted. And so I want to make sure that you don't get into this mistake of just saying you're trying to increase followers, you want to then increase people that you follow. Just make sure that the people that you follow are those that you genuinely feel a connection with, that you genuinely like what you see in their bio, in their profile. And here's the important reason why, is that you, when you log into Clubhouse and kind of go into the area where you see all the rooms and the topics that are available right then in real time, that is going to be a custom curated listing based upon the people that you follow. So, disclaimer, if you go follow a bunch of wild, crazy people that are talking about all kinds of things like hashtag all the things in life, the things that are going to be curated for you in your list of topics are going to be all the things. And so if you don't want that, and if you strategically are looking for particular niche content that you want to kind of ultimately have the app to help curate for you, then smartly take into consideration those people that you follow. Use your discernment and use wisdom. All right, tip number 8. Did you know that on the Clubhouse app, you have the ability to search by topics? So if you were to go to the search bar in Clubhouse, you could type in social media strategy. You could type in healthcare employees. You could type in flower boutiques. You could type in local attorneys or Columbia, South Carolina attorneys. Just type in short keyword topics, and that is going to then show you different people or individuals on the app that may have that type of content in their bio. But you can also at the top tab over to the groups column that would allow for you to see different groups that are based upon that particular topic. Now, of course, you have the ability yourself to start a room, and you also have the ability yourself to start a club. And those are things that you can dive into, absolutely. But I highly encourage you to take some of these tips that we shared with you today and just spend some time listening. Spend some time getting out there and just getting used to some of the nuances of the culture on the app of Clubhouse. And then number 9, my tip for you is truly just to be intentional. When you are super clear, and we share with you this all the time, is that you want to know who is it you are trying to resonate with as a business owner. And it could be this, you could have this desire to say, I wanted to try to attract more people. But if you just really think of the exact audience that God has laid upon your heart, that you feel that you are here to serve, and keep one person like in mind when you're speaking, when you're talking, who you're trying to resonate with, keep that at the forefront of your thoughts. And I think that that is going to more so help you to be able to communicate that effectively. Okay, as we wrap up, I just want to share with you a final thought. When you are in a Clubhouse room, if you are speaking, there is a trend to ultimately add at the end of your statement that you are done speaking. And one of the main reasons is to ultimately say, for someone that might be listening, that may be hard of hearing, that is having a difficulty, maybe even understanding maybe intonations or things that those that with full hearing abilities might take for granted, to go, oh, this is a subtle nuance, that person is done speaking. It's sometimes on the app, it's greatly appreciated if you just say something along the lines to just make it super clear that you are done. So you could possibly say, hey guys, my name is Sarah. I hope you've enjoyed this. And I wanted just to say, I appreciate it. That's all I have to say. I am done speaking. Like something as clear as that. Or you could say something in your own words that may ultimately have the same point, but it declares to let everybody know that you have finished your thought. And for the others in the room, it ultimately can make it easier for them to know for sure that you are done. And so someone doesn't have to worry with the idea of maybe you were mid-sentence, or maybe you were just taking a pause. And then I guess I would say, as we wrap up, I want to just let you know that treat people the way you want to be treated in life, on social media, and specifically on this audio only social app. Sometimes I think that the amount of hours and time that I'm seeing so many people spend on the app, I feel is honestly irresponsible. But I'm not here to judge what their specific goals are. I'm not here to judge what they're ultimately trying to do and create with their business model. That said, for the typical business owner, for the random CEO that is wanting to show up on Clubhouse, I feel that it is honestly kind of careless with your time to say, I'm going to spend 15 hours today just sitting here and listening. So if you're going to be on the app, really be there, be fully present. I know so many people talk about, oh, I'm multitasking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, if you're really multitasking and someone in the room is speaking, are you really getting amazing value out of it while you're doing all the things? No, I get some people are better than others at maybe working and listening or driving in the car, but I feel that there is an easy opportunity for people to fall into this trap of, I'm multitasking, I'm in the car with my kids, I'm going to listen to the Clubhouse. Oh, I'm multitasking, I'm cooking dinner here for my family, I'm going to listen to Clubhouse. And if you're in the kitchen and you're doing those things by yourself, or if you're in the car and you're by yourself listening, by all means, feel free. But I would just highly encourage you to say, am I sacrificing the real people in my real life? Am I sacrificing the real relationships with the real people that want to sit here and do life with me for the sake of chasing what is possibly happening over on this app? So I encourage you, if you're going to be on Clubhouse, be intentional with your time. Don't make the mistake of letting 6 hours go by and you say to yourself, did I really get a lot of productivity out of these 6 hours? And make the most of it. I hope that you have enjoyed this content, talking to you about Clubhouse. Please reach out to us. If you don't know, we've got a YouTube channel. If you don't know, we have a podcast where we talk all about social media for CEOs and business owners, making your life easier. So make sure that you give us a follow on YouTube, give us a follow here on the podcast, and just continue to show up doing your best, but being intentional with your time. I am Heather Hyman, founder of Sweet Tea Social Marketing. Please make sure that you come and be social with us. If you have found this to be an encouragement or a help to you, let us know. And we love that feedback. And in fact, we like being able to share that feedback with not only our clients, but with our community. So if you have been benefited by the content, by the videos, by the podcasts, please feel free to just let us know that. And then lastly, I just want to encourage you to know that if you are a Christian CEO or a business owner, we have a free Facebook group that we would love to invite you to. You can simply head on over to facebook.com/groups/Sweet Tea Social. We want you to be able to easily come and connect with other Christian CEOs and business leaders. And we have free training each and every week, helping you try to move the needle so you can be more intentional, but make sure that social media is not becoming an overcomplicated system in your world. We want you to have more income, make more impact, but ultimately be able to use your influence on social media so you can build the freedom that you want in your business without sacrificing your faith or your family. Take care, everybody, and you be blessed.